Hi, I'm Cassie Whitty, and I'm a child passenger safety technician instructor on the SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital Safety Program. Today I'm going to show you how to properly use and install a rear-facing only car seat for your newborn baby. A rear-facing only car seat is one with a handle that you can take out and carry around, and it can only be used rear-facing as the name states. This car seat here goes to either 22 pounds or 29 inches and has no starting height or weight limit, which is why we commonly use this car seat for premature babies or babies who are born at low birth weights. The stickers on the side of the seat talk to you about how it works, along with those weight limit and height limits. You'll also get the manual for the car seat, which has more detailed information. Take this out and keep this somewhere safe. The registration card comes with the car seat too. Fill this out with your information and mail it in. There's no postage necessary, it's already paid. Send this in, and if there are any recalls on your car seat, the company will let you know. To move the handle up and down, you pull outward on the sides, and you'll be able to slide it that way. To make the harness looser, there is a metal button under this flap right here. If you push in and hold that button down, you can pull the harness out to make it looser. Once it's looser, it'll be a little easier to get your baby buckled in. To get her buckled in, we'll set her in the seat and pull the harness straps over both shoulders and over both hips before we get everything buckled together. This bottom buckle is a puzzle buckle. That means it has to be pushed together before you can connect it to this bottom piece here. Push tightly and hear it click. Connect her chest clip or retainer clip as well. And this blue padding should be in between her and the bottom buckle here. Now that she's buckled in, we want to make sure that her straps are tight enough that they pass the pinch test. That means at her shoulders, her belly, and down by her hips, we don't want to be able to pinch up any slack. To tighten her harness, you pull on this strap right here, and that will pull it tight from behind her shoulders. To get the slack out of her belly and her hips as well, you'll need to pull it up to her shoulders. So now we can't pinch slack at her hips or her belly, and it's only loose up by her shoulders. So we'll be able to pull out all of the slack now. So now at her shoulders, her belly, and her hips, we can't pinch up slack, so her straps pass the pinch test. And we want her chest clip to be right here at her armpit level where her armpit crease is. Since this car seat is commonly used for very small babies, you can add extra padding to give her a better fit, but only rolled up receiving blankets along her sides. Since anything extra from the store is considered a non-approved item, we don't know how they're going to act in a crash because they haven't been crash tested. Since these only go along the outsides of her body and they don't go behind her head, behind her straps, they're an okay option to use to give her extra support. You can also use a tightly rolled washcloth or burp rag to pad this extra space in between the strap at the bottom and her diaper. This will help keep her from sliding forward over time. Other than these items here, you don't want to add anything extra to her seat for comfort or support. Anything extra is considered non-approved. This is how we want her to look the whole time she's rear-facing. When it's cold outside, don't use anything big and bulky like coats or snowsuits. Do something thin and warm like fleece material or sweatshirt material under her harness. Then take a nice warm blanket and tuck it around her body after she's buckled in. This way she'll stay safe and she'll stay warm. And if you're riding in the car with the heat on and she starts to overheat, it's easy to just pull her blanket off the top of her. Remember that babies only need about one extra layer than adults do to stay warm. To install your rear-facing only car seat, the first thing you'll have to do is thread the lap part of the seatbelt through the belt guides on both sides of the car seat. And once the seatbelt is through the belt guides, you'll buckle it in. Now that the car seat is buckled into the car, we want to make sure that the seatbelt is tight enough that the car seat won't move more than an inch back and forth. At the belt path, that's where your seatbelt goes through. To get that tightness, push down on the sides of the car seat, and that will compress the car seat into the vehicle seat. As you push down, you'll grab on the shoulder part of the seatbelt and pull it back towards you. At this point, you can either lock your seatbelt up, or you can take the seatbelt and route it around the back of the car seat in a style called European routing. First, I'll show you how to lock your seatbelt. In most cars, you'll lock your seatbelt at the retractor by slowly and fully pulling the shoulder belt out. Once it's all the way out, and you start letting the seatbelt go back in, you'll hear it ratchet a little, and that's how you know it's locked. So when all of the extra seatbelt is threaded back into the retractor up here, the seatbelt won't loosen up on us again. So once we get the car seat to move less than an inch back and forth, and the seatbelt locked, it will stay properly installed for the full time that the car seat is in the car. Once the car seat is installed tightly, so it's not moving more than an inch back and forth, we want to make sure that the blue line on the sticker here is level with the ground. This blue line is our recline line, and we want it to be level with the ground that we're standing on. So at this level, the baby is at the correct angle, so she'll be able to keep her head back and keep her airway open. If she's sitting too far upright, her head will go forward, and when she gets into that chin to chest position, she won't be able to breathe properly. That's why it's important that the car seat is always at the correct recline. If you have to adjust the car seat's recline after it's buckled in to get it at the correct angle, just check one more time here at the belt path to make sure the car seat isn't moving more than an inch back and forth. And now I'll go ahead and show you the other way to install the car seat using the European routing option. Since our seatbelt is locked, we'll have to unlock it by letting the seatbelt go all the way back in. And now it's moving freely again for us. So once more, we're going to thread the lap portion of the seatbelt through both belt paths and buckle it in again. And again, we're going to get the car seat in tightly by pushing it down into the vehicle seat and pulling on the shoulder part of the seatbelt at the same time. And at this point, instead of pulling our seatbelt out to lock it, we're going to take the shoulder part of the seatbelt and put it behind the seat. There are two more belt paths behind the seat. And to use European routing, you thread your shoulder part of the seatbelt through these instead. European routing gives extra rebound protection to your baby's car seat. So if there is a crash, it will keep the car seat from going so far toward the front of the car. So now, the shoulder part of the seatbelt is preventing the car seat from moving so much forward. This does take a bit of extra time, but it does add extra protection for your baby. So if possible, do use this European routing option. And again, we're going to check to make sure our blue line is level with the ground. And since it is, we'll check for movement back and forth at the belt path. We just want to make sure the seatbelt is moving less than an inch. Sometimes with leather seats, you get just less than an inch, and that's okay. As long as it's less, you're doing well. And that's how to properly install your rear-facing only car seat for your newborn baby.